afternoon, everybody. How are you? I am here as I promised you, and we are getting ready to make a nice cashew fruit infused water. Or, you know, if you go to, we have been talking about waters, aguas. If you go to the Mexican restaurants and you read the menu, there is a section where the drinks are, and you will see agua de limon, agua de melon. So it's just like infused waters with the real fruit. Usually they will add some type, you know, more sugar, because that's the way they're made. And we will, but I'm going to use, instead of sugar, a substitute. But I wanted to talk about it because it's something I grew up with, and it's becoming more and more popular here. The tree is from tropical countries, but I will show you. So that was very common for me to see when I was a little girl. When we went out in the country, I remember seeing them in places like the beach. If you have some land, usually you'll see them, or even if you didn't have them, you can see them, you know, from the outside or whatever. But I want to show them to you. They come frozen over here, but of course the fruit tastes the same. And trying to get it out of this bag to show them to you. Okay, let's see. Okay, here is one. Okay, they have these beautiful colors, and this is the fruit of the cashew. Okay, here is another one. See, let me know if you're there, because I can't see you for some reason. I don't see people, but I see hearts. There's a little one here. Hey, Gracie. See, we're talking about, I don't know if you know it or not, Gracie, it's called marañón, cashew. In Spanish, it's marañón. So that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about, so you feel more familiar when you go to the supermarket and you see maybe the frozen. And I should show you the bag, actually. And this you will find in supermarkets that have an international aisle, and a lot of them do. Here we go. Okay, so there's the word marañón. See? Cashew fruit. Okay, and so that way you won't be like, what is that? I'm not buying that. I don't know what that is. Okay, now you know. It's nothing. Now the taste of the marañón, and there are certain tastes, I can't blame anyone, that if you did not grow up with it, okay, I don't blame you for not being familiar or liking something. I'm just trying to teach you something, but you don't have to like it. So here it is. Now, do you guys see the shape? Usually, okay, I'm going to show you how they're hanging in a tree. From the stem here, imagine this is something, let me see if I can get let's see. Okay, they hang like this. I put a knife there. They hang like this from the tree. Okay, and it's in sunny places, tropical, you know. And I remember eating these out of the tree, and it was still warm from the sun, but very sweet and delicious. It has a different taste, I won't lie to you, kind of like in between tart and sweet. It's hard to describe, but certain tastes that whatever you grew up probably are only good to you. Now, everybody's very familiar with this right here, the nuts, right? Everybody knows cashew nuts. That has been very, very well, I guess, brought to us over here, and we understand what it is, and you guys put it in salads, you guys put it in different things, so you just grab a little bit of nuts and you can have a snack. I'm gonna take them out. Okay, I thought this will be a good conversation, just simple things that sometimes you just don't buy them or at least try them because you don't know anything about. But I see them being incorporated more and more to our culture. And like I said, they did a great job incorporating the nuts, because everybody that at least I know, it's very familiar. Like in California, definitely in Florida, and definitely over here. I'll show them in a minute. I'm sure everybody knows them. Like in California, another nut that is very famous is pistachio. Okay, there we go. Today we're learning about cashew. Everybody knows about this seeds, these nuts, right? Now I'm going to show you the shape. We're going to talk about the shape. Okay, you guys can see the shape here, right? Now imagine this fruit hanging in a tree. Now this is the part you haven't tried, you're not familiar with, but you're very familiar what's inside this shell that protects the seed. God knows how he creates everything. This is a hard shell that protects the nut. What we eat as a nut here. It's the seed. See? You can see the same shape. Now you can see what I'm trying to teach you. This is definitely a very tropical fruit and delicious. Many might know about it. Marañón in Spanish, cashew fruit in English. So there's the shape, and that's the inside. Now when I was little, not all the time, but I remember if you collected a lot of these, because we ate the fruit, and there was a special, I don't know, just a bowl where my grandmother will be just collecting these things, and when she had a good batch, then you have to roast this in the outside, because they're very oily, the shell, and it bursts. And it can hurt your eyes, or you know, you have to protect yourself or your body. So they will do it like in a type of a wooden stove, like a grill outside, or just in a whole bunch of wood, and they put a grill, and then they will put this like in a something like some type of metal thing, and they will roast them. You know, it could be a cast iron or any metal like a bowl, and they will roast them. And once they are actually in the outside burned, it looks burned, the inside is ready. Then I remember that you got to let them cool off. And the fun part was, you know, coming as a little girl and cracking them. You know, you just go to a hard surface, and with a stone type of thing, kind of like this one or any one, we will crack them. See, I'm gonna take this one off, okay, so you can understand what I'm talking about. This is frozen, so it's gonna be harder. There, I got it. Okay, see the fruit here? So now we know that the fruit hangs from here, the seed is here. Now see, every time we ate the fruit, we collected the little see the nut here, and then it's roasted, and it looks burned outside. It has to roast for a good while. So then as a little girl, I went to a very hard surface so I can crack them and eat the inside. And the inside, of course, is this, what you guys are familiar with. So I wanted to bring you this. So it's something very simple, but you might not know because they don't grow here, but they're delicious. And we're going to make a agua. We call it fresco or refresco, but in Mexico you guys will be more familiar with agua over here. Okay, so for those that just came in, we're talking about the cashew fruit, and I was showing them how, as a little girl, you will see all these things hanging from the same tree. Some are red, some are yellow, in the same tree. Beautiful, like this. And I used to eat them from the tree. They are delicious. I remember they will still warm from the sun, and I love them. Now, our mothers or grandmothers, they made aguas from this. And so we're gonna do that. And what you do over there is you put this, only this part, not this. You put this in a blender, the fruit part, and you process that with sugar and water. And there's your agua. Now today I'm not going to blend them because they're so pretty. I'm gonna eat it later. I mean, not in one day, but I'm gonna eat it. But I have the same thing, and I wanted to talk to you guys about this. I found it in a supermarket where they sell international. You will find it, and that's why it's important that you know. Well, it's in English too. Cashew. See, if you go to an international aisle, you will see it. Cashew, Marañón, and it's already blended. The water is there. It's the concentrate. Now, this is not the water that we're gonna make. This is just blending this, and they're giving you the concentrate. Now we're gonna make a water out of this, okay? So instead of me doing it through running this through the blender and all that, I bought this one that is the concentrate, and we're gonna make the water. And we're also gonna roast, because of this cashew being raw. See, cashew whole raw. I am going to roast them because I like them. That's how I ate them. So I have a skillet over there warming up, heating up, and I'm gonna put this over here. We're gonna make fresco de Marañón, okay? It's like if you were making a lemonade. It's nothing out of this world. Like if you were making, what are you familiar with? Kool-Aid, lemonade. I mean, Kool-Aid is not a fruit, but let's say lemonade, okay? And you just have to add some of this concentrate in the water. Now, if you read over here, it might tell you, see, makes about 14 8-ounce glasses of juice. And so you add sugar as a sweetener, and 1 of these to 6 parts of water. I'm gonna taste it. That's what I'm used to doing, okay? So here we go. You can follow those directions. That'll be easier. Now, what does it taste like? I'm gonna say it has definitely that taste of a tropical fruit, but not every fruit tastes like mango, okay? But I'm gonna say it's in that mango, pineapple, it's the closest I can get until you try it. But it has also a little bit of an aftertaste. It's a little different, but I love it. I grew up with this, and it just brings memories. But not everybody likes it, but at least you know what it is and what to do with it if you ever want to try it. Okay? Now, because I am not going to be using sugar, let me see. Yep, I'm not going to be using sugar. This is getting too full. Let me empty here. Okay. I have this cup over here, and I'm gonna add my sweetener. Okay, I'm using stevia, but you guys can use the real deal. Actually, is with sugar, but I'm just trying to take care of myself and not use a whole lot of sugar, because everything turns into sugar. Everything, bread, everything. So because I'm going to be adding that, I'm going to taste the flavor. See, it's easy. It's just mixing it and then adding your sugar. I think if you don't want to use any of the sweeteners, but if you add a good type of sugar, it's going to be even tastier. Kind of like a sugar cane. Like the real, it's kind of brown. I think that's better than that or the white refined sugar. Not sugar cane, but I don't don't have any more to show you. I have the very brown one, but I'm talking one that is light brown. See? I'm just mixing it with that sweetener. Try. It's a little bit more sugar. This takes more than the regular sugar. Delicious. And then they make candies out of that. They, you know, like you have candied apple, you have candied. I'm not talking about the apple that has that sugar on top. I mean, like candied. What do they make? Sweet potatoes. That type of old-fashioned candy they used to make. They make that with cashew fruit, and it's delicious. They make it with molasses. If you really pay attention, the ingredients from here or many countries, Mexico, they're about the same. The molasses, they have different names. We call them dulce de atado. It's the same, I forgot what Mexicans call the hard sugar, piloncillo. And so the here is molasses. It comes more in a different type of, more liquidy. It's still more solid than ours. But it's the same thing. The ingredients, things, you just mixing. Of course, the fruits are tropical, but a lot of the things we cook with are the same. Oh yeah, delicious. Very good, very good. Now, what I'm going to do, you guys can see the color. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit of ice. You can't have agua without ice. You can't have any of this. I always like a straw for some reason every time. And I'm gonna say cheers. Okay. Yes, delicious, delicioso. That's, you have learned now. Many of you probably knew already, but I am so happy to share with you what the cashew fruit looks like. Isn't it beautiful? God's creation is so awesome. If you only knew how good it tastes too. I used to actually eat them frozen too as a little girl. So now we have the cashew nuts here. And I'm going to come over here with you guys. And we're going to roast some of it. If you buy them roasted already and you don't think it's enough, you can roast them even more. And they have that more of that smoky flavor, which it's the one I like, especially nuts. Okay, can you guys see from there? Yes. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Starting to get some of that nice color, see? The taste. So I got him here, and I'm sure they import them from different countries, okay? I'm sure of that. Any tropical country, any place where this beautiful plant grows, tree. I think I saw some from India, I think. I can see in the bag. Let's see where these ones are from. Sunrise Natural Foods Sugarland. Oh, they're tree up also. It doesn't really say the countries. It only says where it's packed. I'm really surprised. Oh no, it says origin Vietnam. They're Vietnamese. Okay. Like I said, they bring them from all over the world. So, okay. Those are Vietnamese. Oh, yeah, the smell brings memories. But if you can imagine all that oil bursting, and as a little girl, it's exciting, and see your grandmother moving those things until they're done. I'm talking about this with the shell. It's really fun and smells delicious. And when they're done, then that's when we crack them and we ate them. Okay. Oh yes. Now I'm gonna eat them like this, but listen, now is the time. Once they have this smoky flavor, look at this. Can you see? You can use them in a salad. Chinese people put a lot of nuts in their food. You can do a stir fry with them. You can use them for anything, or just to eat them like this. Yes. That's exactly the flavor I was looking for. Usually, when we eat them like that, raw or just out of a container, they don't have the same flavor. But this roasting flavor, again, it probably has to do with the oils or whatever this has, but it has a special flavor. Almost done. I keep on stirring them because I don't want them to get burned. Okay, I'm going to turn this off because they're almost done. Yeah. Yeah. Now, I'm going to come over here. Let me see. I'm trying to fix this over here. Okay. Now let me bring them over here. I don't want any water because I want them. Okay. Okay. Can you see it? Please let me know if you can. Okay. Delicious. I'm gonna let them cool off a little bit. And when they cool off, right now, don't be afraid if they start turning soft when they're roasting. They're gonna get back their texture once they cool off. See, you can hear the noise. They're cooling off. They're becoming hotter. Once they are hard and with this roasty flavor, you tell me. You can buy them raw. Just look at the bag. And if you buy them roasted, I guess you can re-roast them if you want to. Very good. A very good source of protein too. So, if we wanted to from here, we could create a salad. We could do a stir fry. Many ways. I'm sure they can do kind of like they do peanut butter. They can create a cashew butter like they do almond butter. Very good. I hope you try them. I'm very happy to share. You know, I'm gonna drink my cashew drink. Really good.